Taurus, rebirth of identity. 5 major events in the second half of October 2025. When the earth trembles beneath stillness for Taurus, the second half of October 2025 is not about quiet comfort, it's about awakening. You've always been the zodiac's rock, calm, steady and grounded. But now, that solid ground begins to tremble, not to destroy you, but to remind you that even the earth must shift to create mountains. As Jupiter, the planet of expansion and divine wisdom, becomes exalted in the sky, it sends a powerful ripple straight through your identity. It stirs Uranus, the planet of sudden change, and Thaiastrology, the planet of spiritual detachment, both sitting upon your rising sign. Together, they spark transformation at the deepest level of your being. This is the month where Taurus sheds its old skin, where comfort becomes courage, and where what you used to be becomes the foundation for who you're destined to become. Let's uncover the 5 great events shaping your story in the second half of October, 5 cosmic shifts that will redefine what it means to be you. 1. The transformation of self. Rebirth of identity. The first great movement comes from Jupiter, newly exalted and radiating power, shaking hands with Uranus and Thaiastrology in your first house of self. This is a triple current of awakening, release, and reinvention. You may begin to feel different in how you think, act, dress, or dream. The world looks the same, but something inside you whispers, "I'm not the same person anymore." Imagine a Taurus who's worked in a familiar job for years. Same desk, same routine, same stability. But suddenly, the spark inside shifts. They start questioning the old rhythm. They feel the urge to break free, explore new technology, change their approach, maybe even start their own business. At first, it's uncomfortable, but soon, the energy feels electric, like rediscovering color after living in black and white. That's the cosmic pulse now flowing through you. It's the awakening of potential you didn't know existed. Expect spontaneous decisions, changing career paths, altering appearance, or adopting new values that surprise even you. You may dive into subjects like psychology, philosophy, spirituality, or even metaphysics. Something calls you inward, not to escape, but to expand. This is a time to experiment fearlessly. Your identity is shifting because your destiny is upgrading. You are not losing yourself, you're meeting a truer version that was waiting all along. Remember, transformation is never tidy. It's messy, it's loud, it's real. But when the dust settles, Taurus, you'll see, your soul just built a new foundation for your next decade. 2. Fortune through knowledge and connection. While your sense of self transforms, fortune quietly begins to move in your favor, carried by Jupiter's light into your house of communication and networks. This is a time when words become currency. A conversation, a shared idea, or even an old piece of work can bring surprising rewards. You might receive a message from an old contact. "Hey, are you still doing that thing you're good at?" That call, that message, that meeting could open doors to money, collaborations, or recognition. Your knowledge becomes your wealth now. Whether you teach, write, explain, or repair, the wisdom you've already earned can be turned into income. Something you once considered just a hobby might suddenly become your next career. And the blessings don't come alone, they travel through people. Friends, colleagues, and siblings may become your bridge to success. Networking, collaboration, and social goodwill carry unexpected opportunity. Imagine a Taurus giving advice to a friend, calm, practical, helpful, only to have that friend later introduce them to a business investor. Or someone who once helped a neighbor, now finding that act of kindness returning as a job offer. That's how Jupiter works, through reciprocity. Your fortune lies in what you've already given freely. It's coming back, not by chance, but by karmic return. And one more note, Jupiter amplifies your intellectual voice. If you've been planning to share your ideas through writing, social media, or speaking, the second half of October says, go ahead. The world is ready to listen. 3. Partnership becomes power. Support through others. After October 26th, Mars, planet of drive and relationships, moves into a stable, commanding position, becoming strong by dignity. And when Mars strengthens, it anchors your partnerships, romantic or business alike. If you're in a relationship, this period deepens connection through shared purpose. You may find your partner quietly standing behind you, supporting your next step, financially, emotionally, or spiritually. For those who face tension in love, healing arrives through teamwork and understanding. It's as if the two of you realize, we're on the same side after all. And for single Taurus natives, Mars awakens attraction that's sudden, passionate, and maybe a little unexpected. Someone different, maybe from another culture, background, or age, could step into your orbit. A chance meeting at a cafe, online connection, or mutual project might ignite chemistry that feels fated. In business, this transit amplifies collaboration. You might find the right client, investor, or advisor appearing almost out of nowhere. Someone sees your value and wants to help you grow. But there's also mystery here. Mars connects with Phracate and Uranus, planets of secrecy and transformation, hinting at hidden alliances or behind-the-scenes support. You might take on confidential projects, manage finances for others, or deal with sensitive information. Trust will be key. Picture a Taurus managing a joint investment with their partner, calculating, discussing, planning late at night. It's not glamorous, but it's powerful. Because together, they're building something lasting. This period teaches a sacred truth. When you learn to let others help you, the universe helps you too. 4. Fatigue and the weight of responsibility, even the strongest bull needs rest. And this October, Venus, your ruling planet, moves into weakness, signaling the need to slow down. You may feel physically or emotionally drained. Tasks that used to feel easy might suddenly demand twice the effort. That's not failure, it's feedback. Your body is asking for peace. Venus weakens in your house of creativity, children, and pleasure, areas that normally bring you joy. So you may notice frustration around your children, staff, or creative projects. They require extra patience. You might pour energy into a task and feel the return is small or delayed. Financially, this can also mean higher expenses related to dependents, children's needs, tuition, or family costs that stretch your comfort zone. And in business, competitive fields may feel more aggressive. If you're investing, bidding, or competing, this is a period to avoid unnecessary risks. Better to preserve what you've built. Imagine a Taurus entrepreneur watching a rival undercut prices. It stings, but you realize you don't need to race them. Your quality, patience, and integrity will outlast their rush. That's your strength. So this phase asks one thing: protect your energy. You're rebuilding from the inside out. The world can wait, your peace can't. By resting now, you prepare for a surge of creative inspiration that will bloom in November when Venus rises strong again. 5. Family duty and communication chaos. By mid to late October, the Sun and Mercury begin to stir new dynamics around home, family, and communication. After October 18th, the Sun, symbol of honor and leadership, moves into your house of conflict, the 6th house, but in a weakened state, known as debilitation. This can make family issues or home responsibilities feel heavier. Perhaps you become the emotional pillar, solving disputes, managing repairs, or caring for someone in need. It's exhausting, but it's also what makes you the heart of your family. You might feel unappreciated, even invisible at times, as if no one notices the effort you're putting in. But take comfort. Your presence holds things together in ways others will only realize later. Then comes Mercury, the planet of communication, dancing unpredictably across the sky. Between October 24th, 31, Mercury shifts signs twice, creating miscommunication, document delays, or mental fog. It's easy to forget appointments, lose focus, or misread messages. In business, double-check paperwork and contracts. In daily life, pause before reacting, because not everything said will be meant as it sounds. And with the Sun still weak, Pride or ego could spark unnecessary arguments, especially with family members or neighbors. Imagine a Taurus trying to explain something simple, but no one seems to understand. You sigh, walk away, and later realize that patience solved what words couldn't. That's your quiet victory. Financially, avoid signing new deals or loans near the end of the month. If money is owed, expect delays, but they will clear by November. Use this time to review, revise, and regroup. Epilogue, becoming unbreakable. And so Taurus, as October draws to a close, you stand at the threshold of transformation, not as a creature of habit, but as a force of renewal. You've faced shifts in identity. You've learned the power of partnership. You've rediscovered fortune through connection. And you've accepted the quiet need for rest. The universe has tested your patience, but also built your resilience. You've carried family burdens, navigated communication storms, and still kept your grace. And soon, when November arrives, your strength will no longer be silent. Venus will rise again, Jupiter will bless your voice, and the world will see what you've quietly become. Not the same Taurus who feared change, but the one who commands it. Final words. Change doesn't destroy the earth, it reshapes it. And when Taurus trembles, it's not breaking, it's becoming a mountain. Hold that truth, Taurus. The second half of October 2025 isn't here to test your patience. It's here to awaken your power,